Hey guys, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. If you missed the last episode, we came to Val Rio, seeking some help from Lucius, the Seeker who has delegated himself in charge. Unfortunately, he wants nothing to do with us. So we're currently stuck in between the Mage and Templar conflict, and all of them hate the Inquisitor. So, as I said, we are here in Val Rio. So we're going to work our way through everything here. Let me just grab the loot. It's not even loot, it's lore, but it's XP lore. And we love XP. I've read that one.
I believe that messenger is trying to get our attention.
Yeah, I know. Okay, we got that. Okay, right, so this arrow got fired at us literally in the final seconds of yesterday's episode. So, people say you're special. I want to help, and I can bring everyone. There's a baddie in Val Rio. I hear he wants to hurt you. Have a search for the red things in the market, the docks, and around the cafe, and maybe you'll meet him first. Bring swords. The friends of Red Jenny. So, you can see the little diamonds on our map. This is essentially a bit of a fetch quest for now. And this basically tells us that there's important stuff for us just here. So there's one red handkerchief, we just got to find two more. There you go, we'll read that. Now, there's a messenger trying to get our attention just over here. So let's go and speak to this dude. Oh, there's a bit stuck. You're cordially invited to attend my salon held at the chateau of Duke Bastien de Giselle. And that's from Vivienne, another companion we can have. Now, there is a merchant just over here. If we talk to her, we can actually get her to join the Inquisition, and it gives us more power.
Excuse me, toothless old fools are lost without her. Is what they're saying real? The Inquisition's going to fix the hole in the sky?
That's the plan.
We're going to give it a try at least.
No one is doing anything. The Chantry is useless, and the Templars... Andraste. I never thought they'd abandon us. Listen, your camp will need food. I have contacts. We'll have deliveries there in days.
You want to help the Inquisition.
Never been part of something this big before, but if your Inquisition's going to seal the sky, I want to help.
Cassandra.
What do you think, Cassandra?
I think the woman is asking you and not me.
Well, she is.
The Herald of Andraste. Yes, I understand. Haven is a mess, but we won't turn away anyone willing to help. Invite her, if it pleases you.
Alright, go to Haven.
Head to Haven then. We need good people.
I don't know if I'm that, but it will be nice to see. Thank you.
And there you go, one more power, and we have a new contact. So, there's a red handkerchief down here. We just got to get to it. I believe it's in a bunch of like fishing nets. Yeah, see. I remember. And then there's a mosaic piece or lore or something. As we get stuck. And now there's one final red handkerchief thing, and we need to go up the stairs for it. I just can't remember how you get up the stairs. There you go, we'll use this blue one. Hopefully it's the right side. Yes, we can fast travel. So, change floor, we need to go to here. There's loads of stuff up here, but we'll go up here, and I think it's behind us, right? Yeah, here we go. Favors for friends. And we are to obey well. We meet at 3 bells to discuss how best to serve the new way. Herald, go at time, praise Andraste. Terrible, terrible writing, but that's okay. Right, let's grab the squad. We'll go back down. It's time to leave. Okay, so let's go this way. And let's make our way back to Skyhold. It's not Skyhold, it's Haven.
If I might have a moment of your time.
Grand Enchanter Fiona?
Leader of the Mage Rebellion. Is it not dangerous for you to be here?
I heard of this gathering, and I wanted to see the fabled Herald of Andraste with my own eyes. If it's help with the breach you seek, perhaps you should look among your fellow mages.
So Fiona's cool. If anyone hasn't played, or sorry, read Dragon Age: The Calling, she's one of the Grey Wardens that's in that novel with King Marek, and it's such a good book. It's so good. You weren't at the Conclave?
I'm surprised the leader of the mages wasn't at the conclave.
Yes. You were supposed to be, and yet somehow you avoided death.
As did the Lord Seeker, you'll note. Both of us sent negotiators in our stead in case it was a trap. I won't pretend I'm not glad to live. I lost many dear friends that day. It disgusts me to think the Templars will get away with it. I'm hoping you won't let them.
You think the Templars did it?
So you think the Templars are responsible?
Why wouldn't she?
Lucius hardly seems broken up over his losses, if he's concerned about them at all. You heard him. You think he wouldn't happily kill the Divine to turn people against us? So yes, I think he did it. More than I think you did it, at any rate.
Alright, why speak to us now?
The mages weren't willing to talk to the Inquisition before. Why now?
Because now I've seen what you are. And I've seen the Chantry for what it is. Consider this an invitation to Redcliffe. Come, meet with the mages. An alliance could help us both, after all. I hope to see you there. Au revoir, my Lady Herald.
Au revoir.
Let us return to Haven.
Alright, let's head back to Haven with our newfound knowledge.
Return to Haven.
Alright, so we've got these we can do. First things first, we are going to go to Haven. And here we are in the Frostback Mountains. So we need to go and establish the war table. Because I think that's going to point out my next point of call. We also have a bunch of stuff to sell quick. Which I don't think you can do here.
Anything you need is yours.
Oh, I can talk to him and do it. Oh, no, you do have to click here. Okay, I thought so. Alright, we're going to sell all our junk. So where are our valuables? There we go. Now, has he got anything good for me to buy? Just stuff for Bianca. Okay. So we will obviously craft Varric some new Bianca bits at some point. Speaking of my boy Varric, I want to go ask about Hawk quick.
Need something?
I have a question about Hawk.
I read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
Now, this seems to be a very hot take, but I cannot stand Hawk. I think he's so bland and boring. Orsino's fate made no sense.
In the book, you say that first Enchanter Orsino turned himself into a giant monster made of corpses. How? Why?
Do I look like an expert on magical weirdness to you? Well, I can't tell you how. Why, all I can say is he was desperate.
That is very true. Orsino did have a bit of a crazy end to Dragon Age 2. You made up the Arashok fight.
There's no way Hawk really could have killed the Arashok. It would have started a war with the Kunari.
I was told later that the Kunari disavowed his actions. Apparently the Arashok didn't get permission before he attacked Kirkwall, and the Qun didn't want another exalted march. When they finally sent a ship to haul the wrecked dreadnought away, they just said, "We will never speak of this again." As far as I can tell, that's the Qun's version of an apology.
I think the Kunari should have been the main enemy of Dragon Age 2. I think that whole plotline was more in-depth and more interesting than Act 3 in the Mage Templar Rebellion. I feel like the Mage Templar Rebellion could have been a really good DLC, but Dragon Age 2 should have ended with the Arashok. But, again, just my opinion. Where are Hawk's friends?
Where are the rest of Hawk's associates now?
Meryl decided to look after the elves left homeless by the fighting. She's done a pretty good job of keeping them away from the mages and Templars, so far. I guess she has plenty of practice avoiding stupid human battles with her old Dalish clan. Fenris has kept himself busy, hunting down the Tevinter slavers who came south to prey on the refugees. I'm not sure exactly where he is at the moment. You can usually follow the trail of corpses, though. Isabella went back to the raiders. She's calling herself an admiral now. I don't know if she's actually in charge or just has a really big hat. Might be the same thing, honestly. Sebastian went back to Starkhaven. I'm sure he's boring all sorts of people there. Hawk's little brother was off on some warden business near the Anderfell's border last I knew. Aveline is still guard captain. I'm pretty sure Kirkwall would fall into the sea if she quit her job.
Oh, Aveline. Aveline's really cool. It's a shame that the Sword and Board playstyle in Dragon Age 2 wasn't that interesting. Right, let's get this cutscene.
It's good you've returned. We heard of your encounter.
You heard?
My agents in the city sent word ahead, of course.
It's a shame the Templars have abandoned their senses as well as the capital.
Going was worth the risk.
We had to do something, and now we have an opportunity.
Yes, and we have the opening we need to approach the Templars and the mages.
Do we? Lord Seeker Lucius is not the man I remember.
True, he has taken the orders somewhere, but to do what? My reports have been very odd.
We must look into it. I'm certain not everyone in the Order will support the Lord Seeker.
Or the Herald could simply go to meet the mages in Redcliffe instead.
You think the Mage Rebellion is more united? It could be 10 times worse.
Yeah, we'll go to the mages. We should meet the mages.
I could at least find out what the mages want.
No doubt what they've always wanted. Support for their cause.
We shouldn't discount Redcliffe. The mages may be worth the risk.
They are powerful, Ambassador, but more desperate than you realize.
You think it's a trap?
You think the invitation could be some kind of trap?
If some among the rebel mages were responsible for what happened at the Conclave.
The same could be said about the Templars.
True enough. Right now, I'm not certain we have enough influence to approach the Order safely.
Then the Inquisition needs agents in more places. That's something you can help with.
In the meantime, we should consider other options.
Well, there you go.
There is one other matter. Several months ago, the Grey Wardens of Ferelden vanished. I sent word to those in Orlais, but they have also disappeared. Ordinarily, I wouldn't even consider the idea they're involved in all this, but the timing is curious.
It sounds suspicious.
That does sound odd. I agree.
The others have disregarded my suspicion, but I cannot ignore it. 2 days ago, my agents in the hinterlands heard news of a Grey Warden by the name of Blackwall. If you have the opportunity, please seek him out. Perhaps he can put my mind at ease.
And if he can't?
Then there may be more going on than we thought.
I love the Wardens, man. They hold such a special place in my heart because of Origins. So damn right we're going to go and find Blackwall. Okay, Krem.
Excuse me. I've got a message for the Inquisition, but I'm having a hard time getting anyone to talk to me.
Identify yourself.
Who are you, soldier?
Cremisius Aclassi with the Bull's Chargers Mercenary Company. We mostly work out of Orlais and Navarra. We've got word of some Tevinter mercenaries gathering out on the Storm Coast. My company commander, Iron Bull, offers the information free of charge. If you'd like to see what the Bull's Chargers can do for the Inquisition, meet us there and watch us work.
Alright, we welcome the help.
I look forward to meeting this Iron Bull.
We're the best you'll find. Come to the Storm Coast and you can see us in action.
Okay, so let's venture this way, because there is a quest we can do over here with the apothecary. Is it this room? I don't think it is. Now that I've entered, I'm pretty sure it's the one in front of me. Yeah. The apothecary. And it's you, Adan.
Look who's back from the dead. Again.
We've met.
I don't recall meeting you before.
I'd be surprised if you did. You weren't particularly coherent. Someone had to patch you up after you staggered out of making those wear, though. So, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I didn't realize. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, you can pay me back by fixing the wound. Name's Adan. I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
Need any help?
Is there anything I can do to help out?
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. You've more important things to do than tend to me. I only wish I'd been able to find Master Tajin's notes. Old bastard was working on something special. He died at the Conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look for them.
Well, okay then.
Farewell.
Okay, so what that does is there's a little house outside of Haven we can go to that has the notes in. So we're going to go and grab them quick. Because it's basically like the only quest in this area. Oh, loot. Nice. Alright, so let's swing around here. What we will do quickly as well is level up. So I would like to have this spell, because I think it's incredible. And we placed it, we have, excellent. What is this? After you land a critical hit, your next spell doesn't trigger a cooldown. Not too concerned about that. What I think we'll do is we'll do this one. And we'll buff that up. Cassandra! We basically just want to tank her up for a little bit, so we're going to go with these for now. Just to really buff up her health and keep her strong and in the fight. Solus. So with Solus, again, he's not the biggest use to me in the game. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to focus on his ice and his snow, and we'll just take these for now. And then our boy Varric, there is a skill I want, and it's this one. Which means I need to grab this, so this is going to give us +3 cunning. And then this is amazing, because you basically leap backwards. And there's an upgrade for it, that when you leap backwards, your next shot you fire will do knockback and throw an enemy away. So it's a nice way of getting Varric out of danger, and then also just dominating people. Okay, so the place we need to go is somewhere around here. I'm just trying to remember where. Maybe this way? No, it's up here. So it's this way. We're basically just looking for a little hut. Yeah, there it is. Okay. And there's loads of iron as well, which is always nice. Of course, we'll take the elf route.
I should look around.
You should look around, Quinn. I believe it's on the table here. Beautiful. Any loot? No. Okay, let's go back to Adan. And let's get going. More elf route never hurts. And then we've still got a bunch of people to talk to. We've still got Cullen to talk to. We've got Solus to talk to at some point. We're about to get Sera, Vivienne The Iron Bull, so we've got to talk to all of those guys. Lots and lots of character lore in the game. So let's go this way. Or not. It should have gone up one more. I'll get used to the area soon. I probably won't, to be fair. I keep calling it Skyhold and it's not Skyhold. Now this should unlock a bunch of potions. I think it unlocks a regeneration potion or something. I can't quite remember.
You're back. And in one piece.
I am. Give Tegan's notes.
You said you thought Master Tajin was working on something special. If it helps, I found his notes.
The old codger was on the edge of a breakthrough here, but he couldn't see it. You want some of these mixed up? You just give the word.
Goodbye.
Farewell.
Lyrium, that's what it is. So you can come in here, you can upgrade your potions. So, we've got the healing potion. We're going to take the regen. Increase the duration, because why not? And what we can then do is we can come in here, and we can equip them. Just like that. Now, unfortunately, we haven't got enough to replenish. Oh, we do. There you go. So now I can replenish my health. So that's something. Kind of keeps us alive for a little bit longer. What is this? Is this the blacksmith? It is. Okay. So from here, world map, we're going to go start recruiting. So let's start with Vivienne, Barrick, Cassandra, and Solus. Got that lovely royal ball music. And look how out of place we look.
Lady Trevelyan of Ostwick, representing the Inquisition.
Thank you, sir.
What a pleasure to meet you, my lady. Seeing the same faces at every event becomes so tiresome. So you must be a guest of Madame de Fer, or are you here for Duc Bastien?
Are you here on business? I have heard the most curious tales of you. I cannot imagine half of them are true.
You know of me?
What have you heard about me?
Some say that when the veil opened, Andraste herself delivered you from the Fade.
They exaggerate a bit.
Some of those storytellers may have gotten carried away.
But only for the best effect. The Inquisition is a ripe subject for wild tales.
The Inquisition. What a lot of pig shit. Washed up sisters and crazed seekers. No one can take them seriously.
What a load of pig shit.
Everyone knows it's just an excuse for a bunch of political outcasts to grab power.
We're restoring peace.
The Inquisition is working to restore peace and order to Thedas.
Here comes the outsider, restoring peace with an army. We know what your Inquisition truly is. If you were a woman of honor, you'd step outside and answer to charges.
My dear Marquis, how unkind of you to use such language in my house to my guests. You know such
Vivienne.
rudeness is intolerable.
Madame Vivienne, I humbly beg your pardon.
You should. Whatever am I going to do with you, my dear? My lady, you're the wounded party in this unfortunate affair. What would you have me do with this foolish, foolish man?
Vivienne's such a badass. Let him go.
I think the Marquis has seen the error of his ways.
By the grace of Andraste, you have your life, my dear. Do be more careful with it. I'm delighted you could attend this little gathering. I've so wanted to meet you.
You're such a good person.
Allow
Andrastian.
me to introduce myself. I am Vivienne, first Enchanter of Montsimard and Enchantress to the Imperial Court.
What about the Marquis?
Is that Marquis going to pose a problem?
His aunt is the Vicomtesse of Mont de Glace. Not a powerful family, but well respected. And very devout. Alphonse will be disowned for this. It's not the first time he's brought his aunt disgrace, but I'm sure it'll be the last. And after such a public humiliation, I expect he'll run off to the Dales to join the Empress's war effort. Either to make a good end, or to win back a modicum of self-respect.
A pleasure to meet you.
Charmed, Lady Vivienne.
Ah, but I didn't invite you to the chateau for pleasantries. With Divine Justinia dead, the Chantry's in shambles. Only the Inquisition might restore sanity and order to our frightened people. As the leader of the last loyal mages of Thedas, I feel it only right that I lend my assistance to your cause.
Is this business or pleasure? Welcome aboard.
The Inquisition will be happy to have you, Lady Vivienne.
Great things are beginning, my dear. I can promise you that.
Vivienne's a bit of a bitch, but she has a really nice, cool, kind of tragic backstory. But she's such a horrible woman. I love how it just sends us back to Haven. Not like, where would you like to go next? Just no, you're going back to Haven. So if that's the case, let's speak to Cullen while we're here. There's no point doing everyone's equipment until we've recruited Sera as well. Because then we can set up our equipment ready to go into the Storm Coast to recruit Iron Bull.
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Log with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
The lieutenant looks old.
We received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
I like to stand out.
At least I got everyone's attention.
That you did. I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.
Everything's a mess. Which is true.
Destroyed a giant hole in the sky. Things aren't looking good.
Which is why we're needed. The Chantry lost control of both Templars and Mages. Now they argue over a new Divine while the breach remains. The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Our followers would be part of that. There's so much we can... Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
You thought this through.
You've given this a lot of thought.
I know what happens when order is lost, and action comes too late. There's still a lot of work ahead.
Commander, Sir Raiden has a report on our supply lines.
As I was saying.
Oh, Cullen. What a man. Right, let's go and get some dialogue.
You traveled some distance to reach Haven. You're from the Circle in Ostwick?
Should I still be locked up?
Would you prefer I stayed locked away, like a good mage?
I only meant to make conversation. Poor choice of topic, given our past. Shall we speak of something else?
Such a bitch. Why did the Templars leave?
Why would Templars break away from the Chantry?
The Order believes the Chantry no longer supports their efforts. Not to the extent they should.
Right, so what changed?
But the Templars have served the Chantry for ages.
In that time, they've come to take the Order's services for granted. Templars risk their lives against blood magic, demons, abominations, to feel as if those efforts are dismissed. I may disagree with the Order's actions, but I'm here as proof of that. I sympathize with their frustrations.
Okay. Investigate. Tell me about yourself.
I should get to know you better. We are working together after all.
What would you like to know?
All right. Where are you from?
Oh.
I grew up in Ferelden near Hongi. I was transferred to Kirkwall shortly after the Blight. This is the first I've returned in almost 10 years.
Right, okay, that makes sense. You were away a long time.
You haven't seen Ferelden in 10 years. Are you glad to be back?
I was not sorry to leave at the time. I did not expect to return. Now, between the Divine's murder and the breach, I've arrived to find nothing but chaos.
Interesting, okay. Varric's from Kirkwall.
Varric's from Kirkwall. Did you two know each other?
I knew he was friends with the champion of Kirkwall, but little else. We've spoken more since I joined the Inquisition, largely at Varric's insistence. Apparently, I spend too much time with a serious expression on my face, and it's bad for my health.
Okay, investigate. Tell me about the Blight, because obviously Cullen was in the Circle. In Origins, he's in a weird, like, force field-esque thing you find just before you get to the final boss.
You were in Ferelden during the Blight. Did you fight Darkspawn?
No. I was stationed at Ferelden's Circle Tower. The Circle had troubles of its own. I remained there during the Blight.
Alright, what happened at the Circle?
What happened at the Circle Tower?
Few who survived the Blight have fond
Tell me about Kirkwall. A mess of a place.
What was Kirkwall like?
While I was there, Canary occupied and then attacked the city. The Viscount's murder caused political unrest. Relations between mages and Templars fell apart. An apostate blew up the Chantry, and the Knight Commander went mad. Other than that, it was fine.
Okay, tell me about the rebellion.
What happened between Kirkwall's mages and Templars?
You were at the Conclave. You must have heard people speak of it.
Yes, but you were there.
There was tension between mages and Templars long before I arrived. Eventually, it reached a breaking point. There was fighting in the streets. Abominations began killing both sides. It was a nightmare.
How did it end?
What happened then?
The Templars should have restored order. Red Lyrium had driven Knight Commander Meredith mad. She threatened to kill Kirkwall's champion. Turned on her own men. I'm not sure how far she would have gone. Too far.
So you opposed her?
I stood with the champion against her, in the end. I should have seen through Meredith sooner.
Oh, Meredith.
I'll let you return to your work.
Another time then.
No, won't we have to ask about something else?
Yes.
Tell me about Templar life.
I'd like to know more about the Templars.
If you need insight into what the Order is doing now, I'm afraid I can't offer more than you already know. Anything else, I will answer as best I can.
Okay, let's start with how are Templars trained?
What does Templar training involve?
There is weapon and combat training. Even without their abilities, Templars are among the best warriors in Thedas. Initiates must also memorize portions of the Chant of Light, study history, and improve their mental focus.
Did you enjoy it?
Did you enjoy your training?
To learn everything. If I was giving my life to this, I would be the best Templar I could.
You were a model student.
I wanted to be. I wasn't always successful. Watching a candle burn down while reciting the Chant of Transfigurations wasn't the most exciting task. I admit, my mind sometimes wandered.
Okay, investigate. How did you become a Templar? I'm just going to preface, I can't stand the Templars. Team Mage all the way. But I feel like mages... Someone tells the story, I can't remember which character it is, but uses the analogy of what happens if a mage goes crazy and just like burns their neighbour's house down with them inside. So like, I do think the mages should be regulated, but I think locking them in a tower with a bunch of Templars who could just kill them on a whim, it's kind of Order 66-ish, you know? It's kind of just waiting for the bad stuff to happen.
Why did you join the Order?
I could think of no better calling than to protect those in need. I used to beg the Templars at our local chantry to teach me. At first, they merely humoured me. I must have shown promise, or at least a willingness to learn. The Knight Captain spoke to my parents on my behalf. They agreed to send me for training. I was 13 when I left home.
13? That's still so young.
I wasn't the youngest there. Some children are promised to the Order at infancy. Still, I didn't take on full responsibilities until I was 18. The Order sees you trained and educated first.
What about your family? Did you miss them?
Of course, but there were many my age who felt the same. We learned to look out for one another.
I know how I spent my time in the Circle, but what was a typical day for a Templar?
Typical. The last time I was in a circle was right before it fell apart. Nothing was typical.
Before that, then?
Certain rituals require a full guard. A mage's howling, for instance. I've attended a few. Most of the time you merely maintain a presence, on patrol or in the circle, ready to respond if needed. Mages pretend to ignore that presence, but they're watching you just as closely.
Do you not speak to the mages?
We would spend all day with Templars, and yet they rarely spoke to us.
A habit often mistaken for coldness, I'm sure. But we are expected to keep a certain distance from our charges. If a mage is possessed or uses blood magic, you must act quickly, without hesitation. Your judgment cannot be clouded. Of course, ignoring one another does nothing to foster understanding.
Okay, so what do Templars do? We know this, but... Oh, they're awful people, I think.
Prior to the Conclave, I'd only encountered Templars in the Circle. Do they do anything besides guard mages?
Templars protect against the dangers of magic. Before the Order left the Chantry, that meant serving in a circle. They were also tasked with tracking apostates or fighting demons inevitably summoned by the weak or malicious.
What do you think of mages?
What do you think of mages? Are they all a threat?
I've seen the suffering magic can inflict. I've treated mages with distrust because of it, at times without cause. That was unworthy of me. I will try not to do so here. Not that I want mages moving through our base completely unchecked. We need safeguards in place to protect people, including mages, from possession of the beast.
Tell me about their vows.
Do Templars take vows? I swear to the Maker to watch all the mages. That sort of thing.
There's a vigil first. You're meant to be at peace during that time, but your life is about to change. When it's over, you give yourself to a life of service. That's when you're given a filter, your first draft of lyrium and its power. As Templars, we are not to seek wealth or acknowledgement. Our lives belong to the Maker and the path we have chosen.
Are there fells of celibacy? We're not asking that.
That's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
God damn. Alright, let's go recruit Sera. World map. Here we go. For this, we'll bring Cassandra, we'll bring Varric, and we'll bring Vivienne. Alright, here we go. Hi guys. How do I get a barrier going? Oh, you're right in front of me. I love that spell. Just toasting everyone. And that dude behind us has just exploded. Damn, we're getting our shit rocked. I didn't even get my barrier up. That's embarrassing. That's so embarrassing. I can't be mad. Right. Any other loot here? No. Okay, nothing in there, so... Oh god, I'm stuck. There we go. In we go.
How much did you expend to discover me? It must have weakened the Inquisition immeasurably.
I don't know who you are.
You don't fool me. I'm too important for this to be an accident. My efforts will survive in victories against you elsewhere.
Another dead person?
Say what?
What is that?
Ugh.
Squishy one, but you heard me, right? Just say what? Rich tits always try for more than they deserve.
Blah, blah, blah. Obey me. Arrow in my face. So, you followed the notes well enough. Glad to see you're kind of plain, really. All that talk, and then you're just a person. I mean, it's all good, isn't it? The important thing is you glow. You're the herald thingy.
Sera is crazy. I'm not a big Sera fan, to be honest. But she's a little bit weird. Some say that. Who are you?
Some believe I'm the Herald of Andraste. But who are you, and what's this about?
No idea. I don't know this idiot from Manners. My people just said the Inquisition should look at him.
Your people? Elves?
No. People. Name's Sera. This is cover. Get round it. For the reinforcements. Don't worry. Someone tipped me their equipment shed. They've got no breaches.
We look so unimpressed.
Bunch of nutters.
Alright, let's go. I need to change my abilities that are mapped out. Excellent. Get that chain lightning. We'll get an immobilate. And that's pretty much these dudes wiped out. Nope, he's running away. Stay still. Dope.
Friends really came through with that tip. No breaches. So, Herald of Andraste. You're a strange one. I'd like to join.
I would like to join. First you have to make sense.
Could we take a few moments for sense to reassert itself? Who are you people?
I'm not people, but I get what you want. It's like this. I sent you a note to look for hidden stuff by my friends. The Friends of Red Jenny. That's me. Well, I'm one. So is a fence in Montfort, some woman in Kirkwall. There were 3 in Starkhaven, brothers or something. It's just a name, yeah? It lets little people, friends, be part of something while they stick it to nobles they hate. So here, in your face, I'm Sera. The Friends of Red Jenny are sort of out there. I use them to help you. Plus arrows.
So you're offering spies?
The Inquisition has spies already. Can you add to these professionals?
Here's how it is. You important people are up here, shoving your cods around. Blah, blah, I'll crush you, I'll crush you. Ooh, crush you. Then you've got cloaks and spy kings, like this tit. Or was he one of the little knives, all serious with his little knife? All those secrets, and what gave him up? Some houseboy who don't know shite, but knows a bad person when he sees one. So no, I'm not knifey shiv dark, all hidden. But if you don't listen down here too, you risk your breeches. Like those guards, I stole their... Look, do you need people or not? I want to get everything back to normal. Like you.
Who exactly are your people?
So who are your Friends of Red Jenny? You must know them.
Oh, it's not hard to understand if you're not trying to waste your day on it. Someone little always hates someone big. And unless you don't eat, sleep or piss, you're never far from someone little. Doesn't always work out, but a lot of people hated this guy. Someone got a laugh, someone got even, someone got paid. And someone has to have explained to them that free help is good.
Right. Still doesn't really make much sense, does she? Why ask if I glow?
Back there you wanted to know if I glowed. Why?
That's what you do, innit? You walked out of somewhere and now you glow. Andraste's herald. True or not, it seemed like the easiest way to know it was you.
True or not?
Well, that's what they say and all. Look, don't get ahead yet. I want to help this... whatever it is. Inquisition.
Sounds petty and criminal.
You sound like a thief who acts out petty revenge fantasies. And that might be bad.
Oh, right. You want to prop that guy up so I can say my sorries? Bad things should happen to bad people. We find someone not so bad, maybe he'll end up not so dead. Good enough?
But you didn't know him.
You say that like it's obvious, but you didn't know him.
I knew about him.
That's just rumor.
Look, I'd have been fine stripping his guards and nicking his stuff. Turns out he deserved worse. Or was him trying to kill you a good thing? Are you the baddie? Didn't think so.
Yes, join for now.
Alright, Sera. I can use you and your friends.
Yes! Getting good before you're too big to like. That'll keep your breeches where they should be. Plus extra breeches because I have all these... You have merchants who buy that piss, yeah? Got to be worth something. Anyway, Haven. See you there, Herald. This will be grand.
Varric, Cassandra... I mean, this really doesn't matter, so we'll bring anyone. Because all we are is in this area, and then we get to go back to Haven. But what I do want is all of the loot. And a nice big power spike. Excellent. Right, we'll grab this quick. Lots and lots of gold, hopefully. 118. Not lots, but close enough. And nothing over there. Right, let's get out of here. And we're going back to Haven. Okay, let's do our equipment quick, and I'm going to get rid of the crafting little thing that's here. So give me 2 seconds, guys. Okay, we have done our equipment, and we did the crafting sort of like quests just to get them over and done with. So let's head inside. And let's head this way. Once it loads, we're going to sell some stuff quick. So, sell. We're going to sell all our valuables. Excellent. And let's go speak to Solus quick. And then we're going to head to the Storm Coast and we're going to get the Iron Bull.
When there was no sky maker,
Nice little run through the snow. Haven is a very nice, quaint place, isn't it? Hi, Solus.
The chosen of Andraste. The blessed hero sent to save us all.
Sounds dashing.
Am I riding in on a shining steed?
I would have suggested a griffon, but sadly they're extinct. Joke as you will, posturing is necessary. I've journeyed deep into the Fade in ancient ruins and battlefields to see the dreams of lost civilizations. I've watched as hosts of spirits clash to reenact the bloody past in ancient wars both famous and forgotten. Every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious what kind you'll be.
So all the schematics you can see on the left, that's from the Golden Nug, because I've got 700 hours in this game apparently, according to the PlayStation. You study ancient ruins.
What do you mean, ruins and battlefields?
Any building strong enough to withstand the rigors of time has a history. Every battlefield is steeped in death. Both attract spirits. They press against the veil, weakening the barrier between our worlds. When I dream in such places, I go deep into the Fade. I can find memories no other living being has ever seen.
How can you sleep there? It's a great question.
You fall asleep in the middle of ancient ruins. Isn't that dangerous?
I do set wards. And if you leave food out for the giant spiders, they are usually content to live and let live.
That's valuable.
I imagine you find some amazing things in there, alongside all the demons.
Exactly. It is occasionally dangerous, yes. But more often it's just sad to see what has been lost. The thrill of finding remnants of a 1,000-year-old dream? I would not trade it for anything. I will stay there. At least until the breach has been closed.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate surrounded by Chantry forces in the middle of a mage rebellion. Cassandra has been accommodated. But you understand my caution.
Cassandra will protect you.
Cassandra trusts you. She won't let anyone put you into a circle against your will.
Thank you. I appreciate the thought. But now let us hope either the mages or the Templars have the power to seal the breach.
Okay, so listen.
Closing the breach is our primary goal. But I hope we might also discover what was used to create it. Any artifact of such power is dangerous. The destruction of the Conclave proves that much.
You think it survived?
You don't think whatever created the explosion was destroyed in the blast?
You survived, did you not? The artifact that created the breach is unlike anything seen in this age. I will not believe it destroyed until I see the shattered fragments with my own eyes.
I agree.
We would do well to try to recover whatever created the breach.
Liliana's people have scoured the area near the blast and found nothing. Whatever the artifact was, it is no longer there. In any case, did you need me for anything?
Yes, we're going to ask you some questions. So, tell me about the Fade.
What do you know about the Fade?
A great deal, if you my wondering. There are few hard facts, but I can share what I have learned.
Alright, let's start with tell me about the breach. Probably a pretty important topic, considering what we're doing.
I'd like to know more about the breach.
Put, it is a tear in the veil between this world and the Fade, allowing spirits to enter the world physically. Small tears occur naturally when magic weakens the veil, or when spirits cluster in an area that has seen many deaths. But your mark allows you to exert some control over the breach. That means it was created deliberately.
I mean, that's a good point, to be fair. Tell me about the veil.
I'd like to know more about the veil.
Circle mages call it a barrier between this world and the Fade. But according to my studies in ancient elven lore, that is a vast oversimplification. Without it, imagine if spirits entered freely. The Fade was not a place one went, but a state of nature like the wind.
That sounds marvellous.
It sounds like it would be wonderful.
And dangerous. But yes, a world where imagination defines reality. Where spirits are as common as trees or grass. Instead, spirits are strange and fearful. And the Fade is a terrifying world touched only by mages and dreamers. I am glad that I'm not alone in seeing the beauty of such a world, along with the obvious peril.
And tell me about demons.
I'd like to know more about demons.
Your circle says that demons hate the natural world and seek to bring their chaos and destruction to the living. But such simplistic labels misconstrue their motivations, and in so doing, do all a great disservice. Spirits wish to join the living. A demon is that wish gone wrong.
Can we change that?
Is there a way to coexist? To live with them, if not in peace, at least without such active confrontation?
Not in the world we know today. The veil creates a barrier that makes true understanding most unlikely. But the question is a good one, and it matters that you thought to ask.
Okay.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
I just want to ask about him.
As I explored the Fade, I felt the presence of an intriguing artifact in the hinterlands. If you are willing, I would like to locate it. I have marked its location as best I could determine.
Yeah, we'll do. Tell me about yourself.
I'd like to know more about you, Solus.
Why?
Why? I respect you.
You're an apostate, yet you risked your freedom to help the Inquisition.
Not the wisest course of action when framed that way.
I appreciate the work you're doing, Solus. I just wanted to know more about you.
I'm sorry. With so much fear in the air. What would you know of me?
Right, why study the Fade?
What made you start studying the Fade?
I grew up in a village to the north. There was little to interest a young man, especially one gifted with magic. But as I slept, spirits of the Fade showed me glimpses of wonders I had never imagined. I treasured my dreams. Being awake, out of the Fade, became troublesome.
And that sounds dangerous. Yeah, I mean, considering what we know now, it's probably not that dangerous. But at this point in time, yeah.
Did spirits try to tempt you?
No more than a brightly colored fruit is deliberately tempting you to eat it. I learned how to defend myself from more aggressive spirits, and how to interact safely with the rest. I learned how to control my dreams with full consciousness. There was so much I wanted to explore.
Clearly you woke up.
I gather you didn't spend your entire life dreaming.
No. Eventually, I was unable to find new areas in the Fade.
Why?
Two reasons. First, the Fade reflects the world around it. Unless I traveled, I would never find anything new. Second, the Fade reflects and is limited by our imaginations. To find interesting areas, one must be interested.
Alright, is that why you're here?
Is this why you joined the Inquisition?
I joined the Inquisition because we were all in terrible danger. If our enemies destroyed the world, I would have nowhere to lay my head while dreaming of the Fade.
I hope that works.
I wish you luck.
Thank you. In truth, I've enjoyed experiencing more of life to find more of the Fade.
How so?
You train your will to control magic and withstand possession. Your indomitable focus is an enjoyable side benefit. You have chosen a path whose steps you do not dislike because it leads to a destination you enjoy. As have I.
Well, fair enough. Do you work with anyone?
Have you always traveled and studied alone?
Not at all. I have built many lasting friendships. Spirits of wisdom, possessed of ancient knowledge, happy to share what they had seen. Spirits of purpose helped me search. Even wisps, curious and playful, would point out treasures I might have missed.
Wisdom and purpose?
I don't know of any spirits by those names.
They rarely seek this world. When they do, their natures do not often survive exposure to the people they encounter. Wisdom and purpose are too easily twisted to pride and desire.
Those are demon names.
You're saying that you became friends with Pride and Desire demons?
They were not demons for me.
Meaning?
The Fade reflects the minds of the living. If you expect a spirit of wisdom to be a pride demon, it will adapt. And if your mind is free of corrupting influences, if you understand the nature of the spirit, they can be fast friends.
Can they be your friends?
You trust these spirits not to possess you the first time you accidentally make a wish?
Do you trust your friends not to turn on you?
Well, yes, but they're people.
Ah, of course.
You know what I mean.
Are people only people because they are flesh and blood? Is Cassandra defined by her cheekbones and not her faith? Varric by his chest hair and not his wit?
Spirits lack free will.
Spirits are bound by their nature. You said it yourself. They're shaped by contact with real people.
Just as Liliana was shaped by contact with divine Justinian. as those who serve the Inquisition are shaped by you. If I change your mind in this conversation, does that mean you're no more real than a spirit?
You've thought about this.
On occasion, yes.
It's a very good argument, to be fair. It's a really good argument. Where have you studied?
You said you'd traveled to many different places.
This world, or its memory, is reflected in the Fae. Dream in ancient ruins, you may see a city lost to history. Some of my fondest memories were found in crumbling cities, long picked dry by treasure seekers, the best of the battlefields. Spirits press so tightly on the veil that you can slip across with but a thought.
Which battlefields?
Any place in particular?
I dreamt Dostigar. I witnessed the brutality of the Darkspawn and the valor of the Ferelden warriors. I saw Alistair and the hero Ferelden light the signal fire, and Logain's infamous betrayal of Caelan's forces.
And tell me what happened.
I've heard the stories. It would be interesting to hear what it was really like.
That's just it. In the Fade, I see reflections created by spirits who react to the emotions of the warriors. One moment, I see heroic wardens lighting the fire, and a power-mad villain sneering as he lets King Caelan fall. The next, I see an army overwhelmed, and a veteran commander refusing to let more soldiers die in a lost cause.
And you can't tell which is real?
It is the Fade. They are all real.
Goodbye.
We'll talk later.
Alright, we are going to go to the hinterlands now. Well, not the hinterlands, sorry. We're going to go to the Storm Coast. Which is... not on my map. Oh, I need to unlock it, don't I? Okay, so to the war table we go.
Listen, I'm not saying that the Chantry doesn't...
Now that we've spoken to a bunch of people. We're stopping here, make sure Varric doesn't have a cutscene.
Need something?
He does not.
Carry on.
And let's push on. You see, we got that lovely staff we picked up from the mage hideout in the last episode. We're now rocking that. Bit of a power spike compared to the last one, so we should throw out a little bit more damage. And jump. And jump. Right, summon the War Council. Okay. And we have a perk. So I need to go to secrets, and there is one that I want, which is this one. And it allows the rogue to open up locks and stuff, but we can't quite get it. So, for now, what do I want?
Have you kept in touch with our friends in Lady Esterly's estate?
Inquisition. Even tailoring, history knowledge, tempered glass, connections, sterling reputation. Yeah, let's do this one. Nobility knowledge. Perfect. Because eventually we need this, but we need 4 points in the category. So small steps. Okay, let's go here and let's grab... Where is the Storm Coast? Here we go. We need 4 power, we should have enough. So let's go. Alright. We will take Varric, Cassandra, and we'll bring Sera, so we've got another rogue in the party. Saves having 2 mages. Hi, Harden.
Your worship, for what it's worth, welcome to the Storm Coast. I would have sent word sooner, but our efforts have been delayed.
How so?
There's a group of bandits operating in the area. They know the terrain, and our small party has had trouble going up against them. Some of our soldiers went to speak with their leader. Haven't heard back, though.
I'll look into it.
I'll do what I can to find our people.
Thank you, your worship. That's a relief. The soldiers didn't have an exact location for the bandits, but they were starting their search farther down the beach. With all this fuss, we haven't been able to conduct a proper search for the wardens either. Well, good luck, and enjoy the sea air. I hear it's good for the soul.
Alright, let's go and find the ball. We'll get rid of this first. Report. It's going to give us some requisition. And we've got a bunch of stuff here. So we've got Iron Bull down here. We've got an Ocularium there. We have Cleaning House over here. So let's start with this. In fact, start with that. Oh, I didn't realise there was elf fruit there. So as we use this ocularum, we will search the world. See a dragon in the background.
Skull out here, and for what purpose?
Alright. Where is this last one? You can see Bull down there just fighting, although Bull himself is stationary. Right, let's go all the way to the edge. And I guess we're just going to have to go up and down. Until we find this thing. Where art thou? There you are. Cool. Right, let's go grab the ball. He's just stationary, he's not doing anything. That's get the shot, because Ball is not doing anything. My poor dude. There we go. Now he wants to join the fray. Come on, Cassandra, you got this. That's it, almost all dead. Another immobilate. Beautiful. We've got 2 left. Damn, 42 damage then. Smashed it.
Chargers! Stand down! Prim! How'd we do?
5 or 6 wounded, Chief. No dead.
That's what I like to hear. Let the throat cutters finish up, then break out the casks. So, you're with the Inquisition, huh? Glad you could make it. Come on, have a seat. Drinks are coming.
You must be Iron Bull.
Iron Bull, I presume.
Yeah, the horns usually give it away.
He is massive.
I assume you remember Cremisius Aclassi, my lieutenant.
Good to see you again. Throat cutters are done, Chief.
Already? Have them check again. I don't want any of those Tevinter bastards getting away. No offense, Krem.
Not taken. At least a bastard knows who his mother was. Puts him one up on you Canary, right?
So, you've seen us fight. We're expensive, but we're worth it. And I'm sure the Inquisition can afford us.
How expensive are you?
How much is this going to cost me exactly?
Wouldn't cost you anything personally. Unless you want to buy drinks later. Your ambassador, what's her name? Josephine. We'd go through her and get the payments set up. Gold will take care of itself. Don't worry about that. All that matters is we're worth it.
You definitely seem useful.
The Chargers seem like an excellent company.
They are. But you're not just getting the boys. You're getting me. You need a frontline bodyguard. I'm your man. Whatever it is. Demons? Dragons? The bigger the better. And there's one other thing. Might be useful. Might piss you off. Ever hear of the Ben Hasra?
Only a little.
They're a Kunari organization, right? The equivalent of their guards in City Watch.
I'd go closer to spies. But yeah, that's them. Or, well, us. The Ben Hasrath are concerned about the breach. Magic out of control like that could cause trouble everywhere. I've been ordered to join the Inquisition, get close to the people in charge, and send reports on what's happening.
But I also get reports from Ben Hasworth agents all over Orlais. You sign me on, I'll share them with your people.
Investigate. Why would you admit this?
You're a Kunari spy and you just told me.
Whatever happened at that conclave thing, it's bad. Someone needs to get that breach closed. So whatever I am, I'm on your side.
You still could have hidden what you are.
From something called the Inquisition. I'd have been tipped sooner or later. Better you hear it right up front from me.
Alright, we'll ask a bit more. What would you report back?
What would you send home in these reports of yours?
Enough to keep my superiors happy. Nothing that'll compromise your operations. The Kunari want to know if they need to launch an invasion to stop the whole damn world from falling apart. You let me send word of what you're doing, it'll put some minds at ease. That's good for everyone.
What can you tell us?
What's in these Ben Hasworth reports you're offering to share?
Enemy movements, suspicious activity, intriguing gossip. It's a bit of everything. Alone they're not much, but if your spy master is worth a damn, she'll put him to good use.
She?
I did a little research. Plus, I've always had a weakness for redheads.
Haven't we all, buddy? Haven't we all? You're hired.
Alright, you're in.
Excellent. Prem, tell the men to finish drinking on the road. The Chargers just got hired.
What about the casks, Chief? We just opened them up with axes.
Find some way to seal them. You're Tervinter, right? Drive blood back. We'll meet you back at Haven.
What a little jab. Alright. Varric, Cassandra, the Bull. I'm just going to look up little things along the beach. So, we're going to grab this quick. Just because it's here. We want the Blood Lotus though. I can't remember what it's useful for, but there's one thing I use loads of Blood Lotus for usually. Let's grab this. Okay, more stuff for us to sell. Nice. Take some more Splinterweed. And continue our adventure. Awesome.
Right. Not ominous at all.
We'll grab this. And are these enemies or are these the Inquisition? They are enemies. So what I really want to do is try and get to the rendezvous point.
Those must be the bandits Harding mentioned.
The Sarian Blades. And again, these guys are also recruitable. You just have to make sure you do a certain thing, which we will be doing because we want the power. Beautiful. Any loot from you guys? No. Alright. Up we go. Up this lovely, dingy, rocky mountain path. So keep pushing forward. I should probably mark this. It's over in that direction, which is fine. The Great Cove. Now eventually we need to just curve around here and we head up the mountain once we find a pathway, which we have still yet to find. And now we've got hounds. And that seems to be the only hound here. Interesting. Beautiful. We need to get Bull the ability to get armor and stuff to help him tank out a little bit. We'll get a barrier on these guys though, because they are going to be in my front line. Oh, we totally missed. Totally missed. Come on, Varric, do your thing. I desperately need to get a barrier going soon. There we go. Oh, you're meant to do your ability, not loot. God damn it, Quinn. She's a loot whore just like me.
You doing
Alright.
all right, Bull? I heard you breathing a little hard after the last fight.
Lung exercises, clearing the stale humors. It's a Qun thing. Uh-huh. Hey, some of us have to swing a giant hunk of metal instead of pulling our girlfriend's trigger from the back ranks.
Ouch.
Too close to home.
No, that was good. I should find some way to work that into my next book.
All right, but it was my line. You're gonna credit me in the acknowledgements, right?
Oh, Bull and Varric. What a squad. Okay, so we need to craft Mercy's Crest. And we also need to grab the shard that is just up here. Just to get it ticked off the map. Beautiful. Right. So this is the next point over there. Which I don't really want to get to quite yet. Although, where is their camp? Seeing red, so that's all just red lyrium. And what's this? It's a shard and a rift. Okay. So one thing we're going to do, head back to Haven for now. Okay. So, let's talk to the Bull. How do you know he's a Templar?
Did Cullen tell you he was a Templar? He's not wearing the armor.
He didn't have to. Might not be a Templar shield, but it's a Templar holding it. He angles the shield just a bit down. Helps direct fire or acid away, so it doesn't spray right into your face. Qunari learned the same thing when we trained to fight Tevinter mages. Your Templar's doing good work.
The more you know. Yes he is.
I'm impressed by what Cullen has accomplished with the troops.
Damn right. It takes time to build a group into a team, but he's got their loyalty. Now he just needs them to make a decent shield wall, and they'll be good to go. Biggest problem for the Inquisition right now isn't on the front line. It's at the top. You've got no leader, no Inquisitor.
We've got Cassandra.
Cassandra's been the driving force of this Inquisition. She's the leader in all but name.
Cassandra's a seeker. From what I gather, that's a bit like a Ben Hasrath. She's a good hunter and a great fighter, but she doesn't see the big picture. Too busy searching for answers. My people don't pick leaders from the strongest, or the smartest, or even the most talented. We pick the ones willing to make the hard decisions, and live with the consequences. Who knows? Maybe you sealed the breach. The Chantry gets off its ass and all those soldiers go home and get fat.
You think?
It could happen. It won't, but it could.
Oh,
Can I help
Bull.
you with anything?
No, Krem. I want to talk about Bull.
We'll talk
What can I do for you?
Tell me the Ben Hasrath.
I'd like to know more about your work with the Ben Hasrath.
Ben Hasrath is actually a general term. You've got the secret police who investigate problems inside our territory. You've got the re-educators who take people with problems and fix their minds. Or make them disappear. And then you've got the spies.
Re-educators?
How do the re-educators work?
I only know the basics. Wasn't my area. That said, keep a man awake long enough. Ask the right questions, give the right potions, and you can get him to say anything. You don't need blood magic or demons to change someone's mind. We're a lot more fragile than we'd like to believe.
Yeah, we'll investigate some more. Is it really that easy?
You can alter someone's beliefs that easily.
One of my friends was a re-educator. He said that every memory is like the page of a book. When you examine a memory, you're turning to that page, and when you're there, the page is laid bare. Write a few notes in the margins of the page, erase a word here and there, and your whole outlook changes. Always felt a little weird reading after that conversation.
That's revolting.
The re-educators sound horrible.
Yeah, they probably do. Here's the thing, though. What happens in Orlais when you commit a crime or betray a lord? They just lop your head off. At least the Qunari try to fix you.
Your job is spying.
And you're a spy.
Close. I am now, I suppose. But that's not how I started. They sent me to Saharan because they needed someone who could fight and hunt down problems. That whole island was a sack of cats. Incursions from Tevinter, Tal-Vashath, and native rebels fighting both sides. And in the middle, me, trying to wrangle the rebels and restore order.
Sounds fun for you.
You seem like the type who enjoys a good fight.
There's a good fight, and there's finding out who put rat poison in the bread and killed a bunch of children. I hunted down a lot of rebels, lost a lot of friends to the Vince, the Fog Warriors, or the Tal-Vashath. One day I woke up and couldn't think of a damned reason to keep doing my job. Turned myself into the re-educators.
What a downer. Even knowing what they did?
You'd heard what the re-educators did to their prisoners.
Yes, I had. I wanted them to fix me like they fixed them. The Ben Hasrath ordered me to go to Orlais, ostensibly as a Tal-Vashath, work undercover. That's how I ended up here.
Yeah, you've had a hard time.
It sounds like you had a rough life under the Kyun.
What, 3 meals a day and free sex whenever I need it? I came out here for the challenge, boss. Figured I'd rough it with you savages. Anyway, nice talking with you.
Savages.
Can I help you?
Right. Tell me about the Kunari.
I'd like to know more about the Kunari.
You writing a book?
We're not going to be romantic. They sound interesting.
What I've heard about them sounds fascinating.
What you've heard was mostly horse shit. All right. What do you want to know?
Yeah, how's it growing up?
What's it like growing up under the Kyun?
The Tamasrans raise us in these units of kids all our own age. They're like teachers or chantry sisters. They also help figure out what jobs we should do. They had me pegged for military work early on. When they learned I could hit stuff and lie, they started training me for the Ben Hasra.
You didn't choose your job?
So the Kyun decided what work you would do. You didn't get a choice.
I could have acted like I didn't like hitting things, I guess. But why would I do that? I was good at my work. I liked doing it. As far as I can tell, the Tamasrans made the right call.
Alright, investigate. How do they govern?
How do the Kunari rule themselves?
It's pretty simple. We've got the matriarchy, the priesthood, and the military. The priesthood figures out how Kunari should live in theory. The matriarchy makes it work in practice. And the military keeps the Kunari safe from outside threats.
As you do. Is there much dissent?
Does it actually work like that? Is there much infighting?
Not like you're thinking of. People disagree, yeah, but the priests are there to solve disagreements. Here in Orlais, politicking comes from people putting their own gain ahead of the gains of society. If you do that among the Kunari, the Ben Hasrath set you straight, or kill you.
Right. Do you not marry?
I've heard there's no marriage among the Kunari.
Yeah, that's true. Kunari love our friends like anyone does, but we don't have sex with them.
Kunari don't have sex?
Oh, we definitely have sex. They're Tamasrans who pop your cork whenever you need it.
What, really?
Seriously?
Yes. It's not a big deal like it is here. It's like, I don't know, going to see a healer. Sometimes it's this long, involved thing. It takes all day. Leaves you walking funny. Other times you're in and out in 5 minutes. Thank you. See you next week.
Awesome. Sounds great.
I could work with that.
I know, right? No drama. Still, it's more fun here. Fewer rituals, more making it up as you go along. Plus, you folk have redheads.
We love a redhead. Day-to-day life.
How is everyday life different for Kunari?
Depends on your job, I guess. Some are just about the same. A baker in Val Royeaux gets up, gets dressed, and starts work. A baker in Parvolan does the same thing. They don't care about the Empire or the Q. Mostly they worry about breaking eggs and hope the dough rises right.
Except that baker isn't free.
It can't be exactly the same. The Kunari have no personal freedoms.
How many personal freedoms do you figure that baker in Val Royeaux has? Life isn't about freedom. baker in Parvoland wonders if she'll be given enough eggs to do her work. Will they come on time? Will the kitchen workers get her bread while it's fresh, or will they come late and blame her because it's stale? Same crap in Val Royale. People are just people.
And if Thedas fell to the Khun?
Do you ever think about what would happen if the Qunari conquered Orlais or Ferelden?
Some folks, like Cassandra or Cullen, would do fine if they didn't die fighting. Those two love rules. But the mages... Can you imagine Solus trying his fade dreaming under the Qun? Or Vivienne doing her political bullshit? Both Sera and Varric would mouth off until they ended up re-educated. Drugged until their minds broke. So, to answer your question, no, I don't think about it much at all.
Yes, Sera would be re-educated within minutes. What does Qunari mean?
The word Qunari, is that the race or the religion?
Both. Kind of. The humans and elves who follow the Qun are the Vidathari. The Qunari who break away from the Qun are Talvasha, deserters.
And those who predate the Qun?
What about Qunari who existed before the Qun?
The people we came from. They're called the Kosset, but we don't use that word for the race. We came south to Thedas because the Kosset were... I don't know. We had to leave. The stories aren't clear. But I don't expect they look much like us. Whatever they are.
Goodbye.
See you later, Bull.
See
ya. Okay, so we've spoken to a bunch of people. I think we're going to wrap this episode up here. In the next one, we're going to go to the Hinterlands and recruit Blackwall and do a few more quests. So, if you've enjoyed, please drop the episode a like. It helps me amazingly. If you're new and not subscribed, if you'd like to, that'd also be amazing. And hopefully, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.